Hey mates, Blind Prime here with a More Than Meets the Eyes episode for you. Today we're going to be talking about Rescue Bot's Heatwave, the Voyager class from the second wave of Age of the Primes. I should have gotten the Cybershark because, hi cream, who's your good cream? Who's your good cream? Without a collar, yeah. Yeah, he came in last night minus collar. I don't know what you did with it. Huh? What did you do with your dog collar? I have a Chihuahua collar for him because his neck is so fat he can't fit other collars. Such a fat cat. You're such a fat cat. Now you're gonna slap everything with your tail? Hmm? Yeah. So today's video is about Rescue Bot's Heatwave, and I have Bulkhead here to compare him to, and I also have not you. Where's Rescue Bot's Chase? Where'd Rescue Bot's Chase go? Ah, Rescue Bot Chase. Here's Rescue Bot's Chase. So I got Rescue Bot's Chase and Heatwave, and of course let me go ahead and fix this ladder thing for Heatwave so that you get the full experience of this crappy vehicle. The full experience. If you haven't guessed by now, I have been completely dissatisfied with Heatwave. He's not the same Transformer that Chase is. And I mean that in the sense of whoever worked on Heatwave doesn't feel the same about Heatwave as they do about Chase. Because Chase here is a work of love. You can tell that with this vehicle mode, which is excellent. You can tell that with his transformation, which is excellent. You can tell that with his robot mode, which is excellent. This guy is a top-notch transformer. He's such a good transformer. He's hard to find. You got to chase down Chase. That's amazing. I love every aspect of Chase. I think Chase is an excellent transformer, and he's so fun. Now, we got Heatwave here. Now, I'll compare them together real quick and give you a good look at how they look together. Heatwave is just a bit longer than Chase, and Chase is just a bit skinnier than Heatwave. So, together, I think they work great for how a police car compares to a pump truck. And because Heatwave is definitely not ladder truck. He's too small for ladder truck. So we're going to set Chase off to the side and give you a little comparison here with Bulkhead to give you an idea of what they changed in the fronts of these vehicles, because the fronts have changed dramatically. Sorry, Cream is shedding like fierce. You just put a bunch of hair on my face. These guys are dramatically different when it comes to the fronts. We've got a front here for Heatwave with a window that goes all the way around, all the way to the back. No rear view mirrors because Heatwave doesn't believe in looking back. And there's a little crest above the window. Most of this guy is just smooth. Like the amount of textures on this front is very lackluster. It's very smooth. The textures are very small. There's not much going on there. Whereas when you feel on the front of Bulkhead, you get all sorts of stuff going on. And I love this winch on his front. And his windows, they gave Bulkhead windshield wipers. Freaking Heatwave ain't got no windshield wipers. He doesn't deserve windshield wipers, I guess. He only puts out fires when it's not raining. You know, he does not drive in the rain. So this guy even has rear view mirrors. You know, Bulkhead's got the rear view mirrors. He's got the windshield wipers. He's got some extra little textures on his front. He even has this big old winch thing at the very front of the vehicle mode. And all this stuff is good on Bulkhead. Bulkhead's got some cool stuff going on. But then you compare him to Heatwave here, and Heatwave's very smoothed out. There's not that many lines on Heatwave. There's not much going on. Heatwave feels very bland, very boring to my touch. And the thing that gets me is instead of a winch, he just has this piece of bumper at the front. And you could have just given him, replaced the winch with a bunch of connectors for hoses so that, he could be a fire truck. But there's not a single hose connection on this Transformer. And, there were at least hose connections on Robots in Disguise, Optimus Prime. No, there weren't any really hose connections on him, but he's not a pump truck. He was I don't even know what type of truck Heatwave is, but he feels like a pump truck to me. He feels like he's a pumper, and there's nothing to do pumping with. They got this ladder on his back. It's plugged in, and then he's got this stupid double barrel, that's also there, and it just kind of rests and makes this little stand, but that's it. Once you take off the ladder and the gun that he comes with, you got nothing back here but empty space. And like you could have retooled this empty space. You could have given us a bulkhead kind of design like you did, given us the shield that bulkhead comes with here. See, like bulkhead's shield is really cool, but you could have just re-sculpted the shield to be the back of a pump truck. So you could have put pipes on either side of the shield, and down here, instead of this gas can thing, instead of it being a gas can, you could have turned it into some switches and some pipe connectors, and you would have called it a day. It wouldn't have been that much extra sculpting. You, where did the budget go? Did it all go to the Cybershark? Because I'm not seeing much of a budget here with Heatwave, and it's a shame because Chase was so much better. But this wonderful shield that folds around to make the back of bulkhead could have been retooled to create the back for a pump truck. You could have even put folded up hoses on the top of it. It would have looked cool as a shield. It would have been a neat looking shield too, because it would have had those pipes and all the hoses and some pipe connectors. It would have just been an epic fire shield, you know? But sadly, we got utility truck that happens to have a step stool. Not even really a ladder. I don't count that as a ladder. That is a step stool. It is just, it's all bad. It's all bad. And even the accessories he comes with were made out of faulty plastic compared to Chase. Chase's accessories all feel wonderful in the hand. They feel like they're made out of the top quality stuff we come to love and expect from Transformers. But Heatwave feels like an off-brand Transformer. He doesn't feel the same. He doesn't have the same love and attention put towards him that Chase had, that I've witnessed with other Transformers. And I'm giving this guy real bad raps because I had so many, I had high expectations and high hopes for him. And I was like, well, they can't screw up a fire truck. The worst fire truck we've gotten was the animated Optimus Prime, and that's because he didn't come with his trailer. And that's the worst fire truck we've gotten so far in Transformers. But this is now the worst fire truck we've gotten so far in Transformers, because at least with that other one, you got stuff. But this is just trash. At least with the Optimus Prime, you understood. Like with a trailer, it's a fire truck. But this guy's a pump truck. So without the trailer, there's no trailer. There's just him, and it's just bad. Maybe they'll make a one of those little expansion packs that can upgrade him to actually be the fire truck that we love and enjoy. But I don't see it happening with Hasbro. This is all they're going to make when it comes to Heatwave. And I'm really hoping that the bulldozer and the helicopter and the ambulance all don't turn out like him, and they turn out more like Chase, because Chase is just a dream. And if you don't have Chase in your collection, you really need to get Chase in your collection, because he is a fun Transformer. He's a lot of fun. So much more fun than this guy. And this guy always hurts you. And that's the other thing. They chose they chose a body mold for Heatwave that hurts when you transform it. It's just not a fun transformation. I never like transforming Bulkhead. Bulkhead is my least favorite transformation that I have in my collection, because he hurts me every single time I transform him. That's why he stays in vehicle mode, because his vehicle mode is amazing. I love his vehicle mode, and I just don't like anything else about Bulkhead. And with Heatwave, his robot mode was pretty crappy. His transformation's pretty crappy, and his vehicle mode, pretty crappy. So he's going to get another D for vehicle mode. He's not an F. He doesn't deserve an F, but he gets the D. And that makes this guy a D average. He is my first D average Transformer that I've had since I've started the new grading system. But I've blathered on long enough about this terrible Transformer. Here is a Q from Studio Series to compare. He's almost as long. And where's my 86B? Where's 86B at? 86B. Where did 86B go? Oh, 86B is in front of me. There we go. 86B. Let's compare 86B real quick. And there we go. And 86B goes almost to the front wheel if you put him back bumper to back bumper. Well, my review of Heatwave. Should you get it? Maybe if you find it on sale for half off or something like that. But personally speaking, I wouldn't pay the $35 for him. You know, if I had my choice to do it over again, I'd get the Cybershark instead of Heatwave. That's my personal opinion, and I hope that take it. Until next time, bye bye for now.